Hello, and welcome to the Business and Hustle podcast, where entrepreneurs give us insight into their business model, and the marketing behind it. Today, we have a special guest, the Credit King, Mr. Marvin Smith. How you doing?
Man, what up? What up? What up? Thank you for having me on, Jamar. I think this is amazing.
Man, this is great. I'm definitely glad to have you here. Me and Marvin met at the Funnel Hacking Live event 2022. Man, that was my first one. It was amazing. What was this your first, second, third?
Well, it was my first in person.
Oh,
I
okay.
had did a virtual one before that, but I'm like you. It felt like the first. It was nothing like the energy that we had that weekend, man. It's amazing.
Man, I'm talking business talk everywhere,
Exactly.
everywhere. If you
Exactly.
if you didn't connect there with somebody, if you didn't learn something, if things didn't change you in any kind of way, I mean, then it's not for you.
Right. Right. I
Business
totally agree.
is not your game. So give us a little story. Let's tell everybody who Marvin Smith is.
So it's myself and my wife. It's Marvin and Gloria Smith. We're the authors of the book, The Psychology of Credit. What we do is help people fix their credit so they can fund their dreams. And if you want to start a business or take your existing business to the next level by building business credit or getting business funding, you got to give us a call. You got to link up with us. We wrote a book, Psychology of Credit, dope book. You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to our website, The Psychology of Credit. I mean, it's been an amazing journey, man.
Mm-hmm. Take us back. Uh, what made you get into this game? What was the catalyst? What made you jump? And then I want to talk about how that led you to ClickFunnels. So let's
Gotcha.
give us a little backstory on.
Well, it's a deep journey. It goes back to 1999. First time in my life, I was almost 30 years old, and I had started my own business at 19. But around 30 years old, I lost the business. You know, I had broke up with a partner. I mean, it was like anything and everything that could have went wrong, it went wrong. Had accidents with the business, broke up with a partner. My first time in my adult life having bad credit. I was very fortunate to have a mother that added me as an authorized user, got my credit started really early. And long story short, she helped me have amazing credit, always taught me to pay my bills on time, and I did that. But for the first time in my life, I wasn't able to afford all the bills that were coming in at the time, broke up with a partner. It's like the worst thing that could ever happen all at once. And I went to my family members asking them about, like, how do you do this, or how do you settle, or how do you fix your credit? Does it get removed? And all you keep hearing is things like, you know, I don't know, or you better talk to a lawyer, you better file bankruptcy, the normal myths about credit. And luckily, I had a great attorney who I bought my first house through, and I just stuck to him like glue. And he started explaining to me how I could clean up my credit, how I could settle with the creditors. And I'm like, what do you mean settle? And one of the first bills I ever settled. So I don't believe credit repair is debt elimination first. Let me say that. So I don't want anybody to listen to me and think, oh, I can clean my credit up and I don't have to pay the money back. I believe in paying my bills. I advocate people to pay their bills or settle. And so, for example, one of my first settlements, I had a $35,000 debt, a deficiency. So I had a motor home. I had a construction company. So I had bought an RV so that my men can travel instead of getting a motel back then, because I definitely couldn't afford a hotel. I would have them stay in the RV and then do the job every morning, go to sleep in the RV, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I lost the RV. I had a $35,000 deficiency when they sold it. And my attorney told me, Marvin, I know it's $35,000, offer them $3,500. I was like, man, ain't nobody who's gonna do that? And so I didn't know that a creditor could sell the debt, write it off on their taxes, and sell it to a debt collector. So long story short, they called me, I offered them $3,500. They hung up on me. I'm like, whoa, it's the first time I heard. Usually we hang up on them. They hung up on me, and then they called back and they said, well, can you send that to us in a cashier's check? It's back, late 90s. They wanted cashier checks or wire. So I'm like, yeah, I can send that, but I need you to take it off my credit if I settle it. Man, I thought I won the Super Bowl. I'm thinking I just dodged almost what, $31,000, $32,000 for $3,500. I felt like it was a victory, and that was what got me on this road. And then he taught me you can write letters to remove it. So how about, I'm crazy, I had like 30 some items on my credit. I wrote 30 letters. I didn't know I could have wrote one letter. So I was like, this stuff costs so much, I'm gonna write a letter for
licking stamps.
So I literally sent out 90 letters. I mean, think about it. It was 30 letters for each bureau.
Right.
I didn't realize I could have wrote 3 letters, put all the items on there. But anyway, I'm telling you my journey. And so some stuff got deleted. So I felt like, wow, that was even more of a victory. And then, of course, I hit a wall where I wasn't able to get things deleted. So it kind of stalled me a little bit, but I didn't give up. And so I met another mentor. I heard about him. He's real big in Atlanta, older guy on doing credit. So I paid him to teach me a little further. And then he got me on the road where I was cleaning up credit left and right. Of course, the first 2 people was myself, you know, and my wife at the time. And so I cleaned up our credit. I got thinking, man, you know how many people need this? And it never really started as a business. I just wanted to serve and help people, to be totally honest. You know, and later on, it became a business.
Okay. All right. So I heard the words coaching in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You know, in our neighborhood, and paying somebody for some game is not a thing.
Right.
Where do we go wrong with that thought process? Where do we go wrong?
Well, I'll be totally honest. When I lost that business, I picked up a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because I was searching, and it was $5,000 to go to his course in 1999. I'll never forget it. It was the biggest check I wrote to a seminar, a coach, or whatever you want to call it at the time. And it didn't happen. So I paid for it like November, December of 99. It didn't happen till the next year. And I went, and it was a life-changing experience because I met NBA players. I met one of Evander Holyfield's ex-wives. I mean, the caliber of people there just totally changed my mind. Robert Kiyosaki blew my mind. And like, I went to one of his very first conferences under Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he invited me to his housewarming party. He invited everybody to his housewarming party. So I got to meet him on a more personal level. And that's when I learned that it's okay to pay to learn, because this person can save me time and years on my life by paying them a certain amount so they can teach me something and get me there faster.
I heard a guy when I was at the conference, and they said it's a time machine.
Yes,
basically, it's a time machine.
Yes,
you want to skip from here to maybe 3 years in the future. I don't know how many years you would say it pushed you. How far in the future you think?
I can say years, because I imagine, like, honestly, I was a construction worker, man. I was a plasterer. I would never think, if it was 1999, you couldn't pay me to believe that I'd be doing this podcast with you. I just thought I was going to be working on houses and working on commercial buildings until I was 60 years old. I never thought that I could talk for a living. Like, I could actually make money. And I'm going to be totally honest, I can make money off of my bad experiences, could make me money. Like, real talk, like, me losing my business has me in a position where I'm able to help others. And when I was going through it, I was going through it.
Right.
Going through it.
Right. All right. So that was the turning point.
Yeah.
You got your coaching. You met Robert Kiyosaki. It was got to be amazing in itself.
All by itself.
So then you get home. You motivated. What's the first move you make?
The first move I made was actually, he has this quadrant called ESBI.
Absolutely.
You know, employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. So I had been self-employed since I was 19. I was trying to figure out, he does it as a quadrant. So I was trying to figure out, well, how do he said, really, it's a half. He said, you got employee and self-employed. Most people can't cross over to business owner and investor. So my goal was to become a business owner and investor. And so at the time, I started flipping houses, and I used credit as a way to get my renters to become home buyers. Because let's keep it real. In our community, I mean, I think I was one of the first. My mother was the first home buyer, but I was the first in my generation, my cousins and all of that, to be a home buyer. And to me, helping our people get home ownership and become business owners, I felt like I needed to share that knowledge. So I started helping the renters that I had and people that I knew clean their credit up so they could take it to the next level. And then 2008 happened and I lost everything all over again. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, not again. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm knee deep in houses. They stopped loaning money. I had lines of credit. Every time I sold the house, they lowered my line of credit, so I wasn't able to buy one. So my business was set up on buying and selling. I no longer could buy. So every time I sold, I was just kind of like, hey, what's going to happen next? So I ended up losing everything, had a divorce. Once again, one of the worst things ever. And then I was living in Tennessee. I moved to Atlanta, and people from Tennessee, they looked up to Atlanta. So it's like Marvin from Atlanta now. And so I get there, Instagram comes out around 2012, I think. I start posting. People start calling me like, Marv, I know you do credit. Can you help me? So this is the first time I actually took it seriously because it was helping me pay my bills. And then Instagram came out. I started promoting more, tried a couple different businesses, but I started promoting more and I realized, man, why don't I take this seriously and take it to the next level?
Okay. So now you're using Instagram for your marketing.
Yes.
That's your first marketing foray, if you will.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're getting some customers coming through, some years passing by. Let me fast forward. How did you mesh with ClickFunnels?
Right. I knew you were going here because that's how we met. So it was 2018. I hired my first virtual assistant and I was excited because I had more business that I could handle. I mean, I had my kids printing letters and folding envelopes, and it finally just got ridiculous. Like literally I'm doing this all day, get the kids to do it in the evening. And I'm kind of like, you know what? This is too much. So I heard about virtual assistants. I hired me one. And I'm thinking like, we need to market more. Instagram is cool. Don't get me wrong. I started boosting my posts, but then I noticed when I sent them to my website, I knew I wasn't getting the right traffic. Like I knew you'd be losing something because on the website, they can click, look at the pages, but they don't have to give you their information. So what I loved about ClickFunnels, and I watched the video, the lady on the promo. Matter of fact, I saw the lady on the promo there. And, so, and the way she explained it and somebody else explained it, they have to give you their information to see the next page. So that's when I realized like, oh no, we need to kill the website. Websites, I'll be honest with you, are dead. You know, if you got a website, I'm sorry to tell you, you need to get a funnel. Like just keeping it real. Because the funnel is just like what it says. It forces them down the funnel. And the people that give you their information or whatever you have on your funnel that you're asking for, those people that input that information are more serious than the people that are just kicking tires.
That is absolutely correct.
And 2018 got me on that, got me going on. I'll be honest with you, for like 5 or 6 months. I think I started in June of 2018, somewhere around there. 5 or 6 months, I had no clue how to set it up, what to do, none of that. And between my first virtual assistant, I eventually hired another guy that specialized in funnels. We tested and built mine over a 2-year period. We took it from where I was, which I was in 6 figures on my own, but we took it to a 7-figure level because now we had those people's information. We could call them back. We could email them, you know, and all the things that go into a funnel. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this.
So is that the point you said, man, I'm winning?
Yeah. Oh, that was it.
Yeah, that was the last piece you needed.
That I promise you, man, that was one of the last pieces. And you know, meeting you there, meeting all the people we met, and I told my wife, because you know how wives are. She was like, "Baby, what is ClickFunnels?" And I couldn't really explain it at first.
Exactly.
And I was like, baby, just trust me. Just hold on. Just give me a minute. Marvin, this is so and so much of my. I said, babe, just give me a minute. I got to dig into it. So I started watching the videos, going through it, and I started to understand it. And then you have to test a lot. I'll be totally honest. We did a lot of testing, the hook, the story, and the offer. Yeah. And once we started getting it right, I promise you our income started doing just like this, and we improved it. And I told my wife, I said, babe, we're going to get this 2 Comma Club award. And I promise you, it was a surreal feeling walking across the stage this year.
All right. Explain to the people what the 2 Comma Club award is.
The 2 Comma Club award means you made at least $1 million in your funnel. $1 million worth of business came through your funnel. And so I told my wife, babe, we're going to walk across the stage. We're going to win this award. And to actually do it, and I'll be real with you, not saying any names, but some of the award winners were our clients. Like, we had a couple of award winners walk up to me and said, Marv, I just want to shake your hand. And I'm thinking, like, because imagine, I don't really see my customers. I talk to them. I may know your name, but I've never physically seen you before.
Correct.
And so I didn't mean no harm, but I asked the guy, I was like, man, I don't mean no harm, but what's your name again? And he gave me his name, and I'm thinking, like, this is the 2 Comma Club award winner as well. But he said, man, thank you for sharing. Thank you for giving value, on Instagram and Facebook or wherever we market. And man, it was a humbling experience. I'll be totally honest with you.
Oh man, that is great. Now let's back it up some.
Okay.
We got this marketing. We know this is the way. It's the only way to go.
Right.
First thing people need to do is find a coach.
Yes.
Find somebody that can elevate you and get some marketing behind you.
Yes. I mean, if I could tell you how many coaches I got, I don't have enough fingers. I mean, I'll be totally honest with you, man. You said it better than I can say it. I believe you're saving time and mistakes. And if you don't have a coach, and if your coach don't have a coach, you got the wrong coach. And when I tell you, I wholeheartedly believe in getting mentors or coaches, but do your research. I'm not saying believe everybody that says they're a coach. Actually do your research, Google them, call their testimonies. Like I'm a big believer in finding the testimonies that you see on the website. Because a lot of times, if the testimonies are real testimonies, you're going to see them at the events.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, I spotted the lady that's on the beginning of the video on ClickFunnels. I spotted her at ClickFunnels. And that further validates a coach. But if you really want to save time in business, and I would even say in life, because remember, we met a life coach there. So if you want to save time in life and in business, by all means, get a coach and don't stop with one. I have several coaches.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's take us back to credit.
Okay.
All right. What is it that what do you find that we know the least amount? What do you find that you probably spend the most time trying to break down some belief to feel like, that's not even real? Give me one of those.
Well, I can give you, I would say, I give you one big one. I would say people, they really don't understand the time frame that they can bounce back. If I could say one thing, people count themselves out once once your score drops. You're thinking, most people think they got to wait 7 years or 6 years. That's one of the biggest myths that I hear. And I'm like, no, people always ask me, Marvin, how long does it take to clean up credit? And I always tell a lot of my followers, I said, it's up to you. It's up to you. It's not up to me. So a lot of people join our program. They're like, well, how long is it going to take? And I'll be honest with them. I say, I don't know. Because a lot of it is up to you. Like, if we can look at your credit report, that's the second thing. Most people don't look at their credit report after they have bad credit. Big mistake.
Right.
So look at it, examine it, and then see what options you have. If you're not paying the bills, I always say this. If you're not paying the bills, you got a little extra income. Now, can we keep it real on that? You're not paying the bills, so it got to be
somebody getting the money.
Right. And so I'm like, think about paying them. And I'm not saying paying them in full. I'm not saying that. Because if you got past 60, 90, 120 days, they're probably going to charge it off, and they're willing to take a discount on what you owe. So negotiate.
Okay. All right. So your program. Tell us about your program. How does it work? And why should somebody do that? They're just going to watch a bunch of YouTube videos and just doing it themselves.
Well, I always say this: you can pull your teeth yourself too. You know, you can get some vice grips or get a string and throw the dough. You can do that. You know, you can. Right. You can pull your teeth all about, but it's gonna be painful, right?
Right.
And it's just like I know things about credit that most people don't know. You know, you got so many different things. You got Metro 2 compliance, you have arbitration, you got correcting your personal information. I mean, you have so many things that you can do that'll get items deleted that is not even funny. So I got a toolbox, I'd say. And when I look at a credit report, every credit report looks different. None of them look the same. I'm not going to do the same thing on every one. And I might be able to say, all right, Jamar, get all them old addresses off there since you've been in college. Man, your mama house need to come off.
Right.
You know, your girl, you know, what, your house, your last apartment. Most people leave all those addresses on there. That in itself, cleaning up your personal information. If I want to drop a gem on y'all right now, everybody should call all three bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, tonight. Correct all your information, and you'll be surprised what might change. So to get to your question, we offer a free credit analysis. You can go to our website. It's DKRGroupFunding.com, and you can put in your name, number, email address, and you can get a free credit analysis. And what that means, we're going to give you an 8 to 10 page report that goes over your credit report, tells you the good, the bad, and even gives you a plan for the future, free of charge. Now, we need you to sign up for a credit monitoring. That's something I don't control, and you have to sign up for that so I can look at your credit. But once you go to our funnel, it's going to tell you on page 2, after you put in name, number, and email address, that you got to sign up with what service you sign up. And it's only $4.95 to sign up for the credit monitoring we have a partnership with. And we're able to give you a credit analysis, and then you can make your decision on one of our affordable monthly plans.
Okay, so that's the gist of it. Get your information, find out where you stand, and then get on a monthly plan.
Exactly. And then it gets deeper after that. If we find items that we can litigate through arbitration, now that's a deep, we might have to do another podcast, all that on by itself. But we have a process where we can help you get rid of the debt, get it removed from your credit, and possible get a couple dollars in your pocket. Yeah, we have to do a whole nother podcast. I can't.
Right. I remember that conversation.
It's down the rabbit hole. You know, it goes deep. And we got another service where if you got a business, you can go to our business site, and it's DKRGroup.funding/business, where we can give you a free business credit analysis. Where if you want to establish business credit, if you want to get funding, we can do all of that for your business. And actually, I have more experience with business credit because I started my own business at 19 years old. I'm 49. So I got 30 years of experience with business credit, but I'm just as lethal with both of them. And we're getting ready to start a membership. I got to tell you about that offline. Okay. We're getting ready to start a super affordable membership where we're going to be dropping videos on personal credit, business credit, and some marketing tips. And it's going to be a nice, affordable monthly plan. But we're going to have to do that on another episode as well.
Okay. That continuity. I hear that.
Linchpin. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the business model.
Okay.
We know what you do. You're good at it.
Right.
This is the real deal. I know this for a fact. I got him on my show. He the real deal, not just somebody who faking like you know what he's talking about. I watched him walk across the stage, and I know what he walked across the stage for. He got $1 million through this funnel. You can't fake that.
Nah.
No testimonies needed. I'm watching this man.
Right.
No testimonies needed, even though I'm sure he got a ton of them because one of his students was there and didn't have anything bad to say about him. He took him
Nothing.
from rags to riches. I watched him take somebody else. He told me to talk to him. I was asking him, trying to get some information about the guy. He ask him, and he gave me a rundown. So I know this is the real deal.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, four. This a lot of people watch my stuff is in the marketing game.
Okay.
What is the business model? What's the overarching business model?
On how to start marketing, you're asking?
No, your business model. What is the business model? I'm talking about like for you. It's what is the structure?
Okay, right now. So to give you a business model, we basically offer the free credit analysis as value, for the client. And then after that, we'll explain to the client how we can help them. We get them on an affordable monthly plan. And then we do our best as a partnership to work through it, because with credit, people had this myth about you can just give me your credit, pay me a couple of dollars, and I'm going to have you a 700 credit score. It's not that. We have to educate our clients, and we do a lot of lives. So you got to follow me at Marvin Smith 678 on Instagram, and follow my wife, Gloria Smith 678 on Instagram. And we educate you on these lives to show you how, first, even if you got bad credit, I don't care how bad your credit is, restart your credit immediately. The least thing you could do is get a debit card to start it over. So after that, we're educating the client on how to get their credit straight. If you want to, we can help you build credit. After that, we help you fund your dreams. So do you want credit cards to travel with, or just to establish credit? Do you want to start a business? Are you trying to buy a house? And we got several referral partners where if you wanted to buy a house, we got clients all over the country. I could probably refer you to an agent that we've dealt with in the past that can help you buy that house, or get you with a car dealer. Because now car dealers can buy cars right on the internet and get it shipped to you. So we can connect you with car dealers. If it comes to business funding, we can help you with that. And basically our motto is, give value by helping people get that free credit analysis. After that, educate them, and then help them achieve their dreams. I think everybody wants the nicer house, the better car, but guess what? You don't want to pay a high premium for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So in your model, like you said, you give value, you attract the lead. Once you get them inside, you give them the free
credit analysis,
the free credit analysis, and the linchpin really is to hook them inside by giving them by taking them basically the full ride. Your personal credit,
right?
Better, get you a credit card, business credit, get you further along, get you a credit card, get you a vehicle to pretty much stay with you for the ride.
Right, like we basically, like you're saying, the new model we've adapted, and we're still putting it together, is to get you on a monthly plan where we're dropping videos, because with finances, it changes with the economy. I mean, I don't even want to be known for credit repair anymore after that conference. We want to be known for financial literacy, because at the end of the day, one, you have to learn how to budget your money. After you learn how to budget, because that's usually what gets people with bad credit. Somewhere along the way, the budget went bad. So you got to learn how to budget. Then you got to learn how to properly buy. Like we're going to probably have a program with one of our partners where he teaches you how to buy exotic cars. Like literally, I can show you how you can pay for the price of a Corvette. You can probably have a Lambo. Yeah, like for real. Right. Or when you buy a $500,000 house, I can show you a program, as long as you got a great credit score, which we can show you how to get that. My last house, this is a real story on myself. My last house that I spent $500,000 for, I put $600 down on that house because my credit score met a program at a particular credit union where they had a program that still does 100%. Believe it or not, there are lenders out here that still do 100%. So now with our new business model, we're developing a membership or a subscription where we're going to be dropping new videos or have experts on our platform that teach you whatever it is you may have a weakness at. It could be budgeting. It could be investing. It could be I want to buy an exotic car or I want to buy a house. So we're putting together a team of experts that whatever you're looking for, you can click on a video in that subscription and figure out what you're trying to do.
That is excellent. And I know with that membership program, I know it's going to be a hit, because one thing I know is underwriting criteria changes.
Yes.
So the information you have last month or 6 months ago is not good information now.
There we go.
You know,
and even when it comes to marketing, I'm gonna drop gems on marketing, because it wasn't an easy road learning how to market my funnel properly. The funnel is great, but you got to drive traffic. So I want to teach business owners who may be struggling that, man, I grew up in an era where you had to do newspaper ads and billboards, radio or TV. Now you mean this thing right here, right here, right here. You can stay at home. I mean, COVID proved it. You can stay at home and get 7 figures at the house. You know, so we're going to add, and I can't wait. You know, Gloria and I are putting together the videos now. I'm negotiating with some experts. Man, we're going to take this to a whole nother level.
Okay, so let's give me a nugget. Give me a traffic generation nugget. What's your favorite traffic generation source, or marketing material, or marketing style, or marketing tactic?
Okay, I'm gonna say this because this is what most people are afraid of, right? So this is my biggest nugget. I don't know if you can see it, but you know when you hit record, it's a little red button. You kind of see it.
I see
Just hit that button and start talking. Because if you're the expert in what you do, there's an audience out there. And you know what? The first time you go live, it may be one person. But if you continue to be consistent, this is my belief in life about anything. It's 2 things you got to be in life: consistent and persistent. And if you do that with your marketing, it may not be only one person on there today. They may drop off because they got to do something. But I'm telling you, if you consistently get on live, you consistently make content, and just like you talk to your customers and you're an expert at what you do, continue talking to this telephone. If you build it, they will come. All
right. So let's say somebody they've passed it. They went through your program and they where they want to be. Now they want to be doing what you do.
I can teach you how to start your own credit repair business. And now, like you said, I can teach you how to set up a membership, because now if anybody's interested, if you're skeptical, go to my Instagram, Marvin Smith 678, and I have a subscription through Instagram. It's $1.99. Sign up and watch the nuggets that I drop. So, you know, my thing is test it out, get the value. And all I can tell any marketer, anybody with a business, Instagram is one of my favorites because, of course, I started on there first. Facebook, but now it's so many platforms. I'm going to be honest with you. I got to step up my TikTok game. TikTok is running. TikTok is getting it right now.
They're giving that reach out.
And you see what Instagram has done. They've adapted to TikTok's platform. So that lets you know, really, I'm not as proficient with it. We got a couple videos on there that did real good, but I'm telling you, TikTok, if I was telling a brand new marketer, like you said, I'm not talking about 6 months ago.
Right.
If you're a brand new marketer, TikTok is not about dancing and mimicking. You can start out with your own voice. I would tell any new marketer, start with your own voice and build that audience. If you build it, they're going to come.
All right. So your program going to include not only your credit repair, but actually how to do what you're doing and the marketing techniques that it takes. Because I find that marketing is like, that's where everybody really going wrong.
It is. And you know, I'll be totally honest, man. Hit that little red button, start talking. Your videos are not going to be the best at first. Let's keep it real. You're not going to be professional. But what I tell a lot of my students is just start. You're going to get better as you go. But the biggest thing I see that most entrepreneurs make a mistake on, and especially our generation, they're scared to go public on social media. And I'm telling you, if you want to get into 7 figures, I don't believe I would have reached the 7 figures as fast if I wouldn't have been on social media. If I would have been doing word of mouth, and you got to think about how unpredictable word of mouth is. Somebody's got to tell somebody in order for that to keep going. with social media, I got people in Oklahoma, for instance. I didn't realize I was getting such a big base in Oklahoma because it was this one lady that kept telling everybody. So I call it virtual word of mouth. So if you believe word of mouth is the best form of doing business, which it is, guess what virtual word of mouth is? It's that next level.
You believe in paid traffic or organic traffic over paid traffic? Is that what you're saying?
Well, in the beginning, you and I had this talk. I remember you asked me this in person. I really believe that I think you should do your push-ups, I would say. And so organic traffic is the best to start with, because with paid traffic, let's keep it real, Facebook had a problem with iOS in the last 6 months, and it messed up my ads and everybody else's ads that I've talked to. So I would say if I was talking to a brand new marketer just starting, I would make my own 15-second videos talking about my business, and I would start organically, and I would try to do it. I know it sounds hard in the beginning, but one 15-second video 5 days out of the week. I'm telling you, you gonna build an audience. I love Reels. I love TikToks. I like being funny because to me, we take, I think, life too seriously, and you got to enjoy life. So why not, if you really enjoy what you do, have fun with it. And I don't only want people to do business with me. I want to enjoy the people while we're doing the business. I don't want it to be so serious. Like, okay, man, you got bad credit. You know, you had Discover. I would tell Discover how, you know, to figure out how you're going to pay them. You know, like I just like to joke about it, because sometimes people take it so seriously. And you can have so much fun with Reels, TikTok, all that stuff.
Right. Okay. One 15-second video per day for at least 5 days a week. That's some sauce right there.
And if you do it for 30 days, you know, that's 25, 20 days. I mean, you don't have to do 20. You can actually start taking the better ones and reposting them. But if you really want to get there, try to do that 30 days, because I always believe you got to form a habit. And it's 15 seconds, man. You know, come on. I know you got to do some retakes, and you got to make sure it's right, the lighting, your voice, all of that. But let's say it takes you an hour to make a 15-second video. Come on. You promote your business. You have potential hundreds, thousands. If you go viral, millions of people that will hear your message. Right. You can't. I mean, how much would you pay for a billboard or radio time or TV time? How much does that cost now? And you got, this is free long as you pay the bill. And that, by the fact, if you don't even pay the bill, you can do it on Wi-Fi.
You sure can. You sure can.
And then if you need help, get your kids to help you. I mean, I've had my kids teach me some game on the phone, for real.
Right. I see some of your videos, man. You don't mind turning that thing on. I see you just lost your keys. You lost your keys the other day. Yeah. And you'll be surprised at the things people remember. It's not even the serious stuff. I post videos. It's not even the serious stuff. I got a video with the monkey jumping. I'm eating lunch and the monkey jumping across the glass. And that's the video that is actually doing the most views. That, I mean, they have anything to do with the main stuff I talk about. So
guess what you want? You want traffic. And I do that. Like, I didn't want to go there. You took me there, but I find you 5 influencers. Everybody's got about 5 influencers they follow, right? Find a video that's off the chain on their site, on their Instagram or Facebook, and repost it. I mean, I got some videos from Snoop Dogg or DL Hewley that went 30,000 views or 40,000 views because I reposted it. I just want you to stop and slow down and look at my profile. Right. And I've gotten people that I ask people sometimes, how did you start following me? Man, I don't know. I think it was that video about the girl hair that the wig fell off during the podcast.
I remember that one. I see that one. That was funny, for real.
And that's why I say I love to put a little humor in it. Don't take it so seriously. Man, have fun and make money.
Exactly.
And it's a beautiful thing that I really realize how powerful Instagram is, because now Gloria and I could be in the airport. Like we were going out of Atlanta, And you know how you got to give the people your license when you're renting a car. Right. And I was like, oh man, where my license at? The lady looked at me. She said, Mr. Smith, I know you and Gloria. And I'm like, how do you know us? She was like, I'm one of your clients and I follow y'all on Instagram. And I'm like, okay. I was like, Glo, this is getting serious.
Right. and I want to ask you that too. What's some of the weird, because I've had people recognize me. I have no idea somebody would actually walk up to me and actually say, I know you. That was crazy.
Yeah.
What's one of the strangest experience you had just from just not knowing that people just recognize you from internet?
If anybody's been to Vegas, you can relate to this. So Gloria and I went to Vegas for a weekend. We're walking down the street, and you know the people that walk up to you trying to sell you a timeshare or get you to go to the club in a limo that night or whatever. Right. So the guy's in the middle of his spiel trying to get us to do a timeshare, and he said, "You Marvin?" And I'm looking at my shirt like, damn, I got a shirt with my name on it. And I had shades on, and I rarely wear shades. Right. And so he said, and you Gloria. And I'm sitting there like, who is this? He said, nah, man, I follow y'all. He forgot all about the timeshare and went straight into, you the credit people. You know, you the credit people. And I'm like, yeah, that freaked me out. Because imagine we just walking down the street in Vegas. The guy's trying to sell us something. He stopped what he was doing and be like, nah, you the credit guy. And that's Gloria. She's always, y'all always doing the lives together. That was probably the weirdest moment.
Right. Man, you got anything you want to leave for the people, man? You've been great. You got any nuggets you want to leave with the people? Some last thoughts, last words?
Well, three things, because we kind of hit three subjects. So one is don't sit around with bad credit, feeling bad, giving up on yourself, giving up on the people that depend on you, whether that be your spouse, your kids, your parents. Don't let bad credit hold you back from reaching your dreams. That's number one. Number two, for anybody that wants to start their business, or you losing your business, or you're in a spot where you don't have enough money, don't give up. You know, it's so many ways that you can clean your personal credit up, establish business credit, and take that business somewhere you never dreamed of. Because I've been there. I'm somebody, I'm not only the owner of the company or the co-owner of the company, I was actually a client, you know what I mean? And I went through these same methods that we teach. And that's why I think Gloria and I are accepted so well on social media, because we're talking from experience, not from something that we copied on somebody's course or we're reading off a script that we learned on YouTube. This is real life. And like Jamar said, you know, we're keeping up with the trends. And then lastly, for any business owner that wants to market, man, don't be scared to show a little bit of your life, have fun, and enjoy. And most of all, empower people to take their lives to the next level. Because I think it's all about, like, one thing I learned in the last few years of my life, if I help you get what you want, I'm going to get what I want. And so now my wife and I really try to serve and help, and the money will come. Don't worry about money all the time in your business. Worry about serving and giving value.
Absolutely. Man, I appreciate you for coming through. We're going to leave it there. Finally, where can they find you? Give your I'm going to have the links in the show notes.
Okay.
Give them
Well, the easiest way to catch us and get to know us, follow us on Instagram, Marvin Smith 678, Gloria Smith 678. You can go to our website or funnel. I'm sorry. Go to our funnel at DKRGroupFunding.com, and you can Google us. I mean, you will see we have news reels out there on Google. We've been on 4 news channels in the last year. We're on radio. We're all over the place. We're very transparent, but definitely check out our Instagram. Think about that subscription, and by all means, either get a free credit analysis personally or get a free business analysis, either one. And whatever we can do to help you, we will. And DM us. You know, we're real people that answer our DMs.
Man, and there you have it. Marvin Smith.
Appreciate you, man.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right, Jamar. Have a good one. Thank you.